Liverpool had to send a taxi back to my house, and then my mum had to drive home from work to meet the taxi to give him my passport, and then the taxi drove back with my passport and my clothes, and I luckily made it in time.
We've been sharing a room for 5 years. Well, I feel comfortable in your presence.
You're so funny.
I feel comfortable.
Oh,
First pair, when I first moved here, got sent to some random address. I think I put the wrong Swindon address in.
So, welcome back to Life for Kitman. This week we're joined by Jake Cain, who's been with us since last January, and also back on the pod for the first time in 8 weeks. We figured out earlier is Jonah. So, welcome back, Jonah.
Hi guys. Right? Yeah, all good.
Decent. Feeling better?
Feel good to be back.
Yeah, good. Love that. Cool. As always, we're going to go straight into Jake's five-a-side team. I feel like this is going to rival George's from a couple of weeks back. Oh yeah, he's confident as well.
Definitely.
Here we go. You got your counters. Pop them in the.
So we've got in goal, Alisson Becker.
That is mental.
I think that is how you spell it.
Nice handwriting.
At the middle of defence, we've got Virgil van Dijk.
That's ridiculous. It's the second time we've had him, right?
I'll go 2 centre midfielders. I'll go Thiago and makeshift midfielder Mo Salah.
Who's going up top then?
And at top we'll go Roberto Firmino.
This is silly.
There's a few honourable mentions.
Yeah, I think that team probably wins you either a Champions League or.
Should we go Gaffer quickly?
And the manager will be Jurgen Klopp.
You sure?
There's a few good candidates. Jody Morris, Alex Inglethorpe, Steven Gerrard, but I'll go Jurgen Klopp.
Jurgen Klopp. I like it a lot. A kit?
Kit, I will probably go. The first Champions League game I was involved in was the third kit, which is in 2021-22, which was the black and red one behind us now, what you can see.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Obviously it means a lot. First Champions League squad what I was involved in, so, and obviously it's a really nice kit as well, so
it's lovely.
Yeah, we'll go with that one.
Right, so how good's he?
Unbelievable. His shot stopping is the best I've seen, obviously. Don't think there's any better keeper in the world at the minute.
No, I probably agree.
His distribution, unbelievable. What a guy as well. He's a really down-to-earth man. So yeah, Alisson's a keeper.
Virgil?
I don't think there's any more words for him either.
It all talks for itself, doesn't it?
Absolute mountain of a man. Just the aura, what he carries around him. Unstoppable, massive. So strong, colossal, just great player.
Yeah.
Then we've got Thiago, who joined in 2021, I think it was. And as soon as he come in, I was just like, wow, what a player. You see the no-look passes, and when he puts his foot on the ball and he just looks in control all the time, and you can just see it in training, does it all the time. So probably the best technical player I've ever seen. So he makes the team. Mo Salah, obviously goal scoring machine, absolute machine in the gym like I've never seen anyone.
Consistent.
Yeah, in the gym he's just an absolute freak in the gym.
Is he?
Always doing abs, core. He's just so strong. Probably the strongest player in the squad.
It's meant, isn't it? Because he's not like the biggest.
No, you don't.
But
He's ripped.
Yeah,
he's always in the gym, like the rest of them are, to be fair, so you can see the level at what they're at.
Physicality and everything else.
But the numbers he produces in games, his technique, his attitude, it's just, he makes his way in the team. And then Firmino, unbelievable footballer. In training, he's an absolute joke. His technique, his flair, his brain, the way he thinks, it's just second to none. That's why he's in the team as well.
It's an unbelievable team.
I'm just looking at it thinking, is it the best one?
I think it's the best.
I think it could be. We might have to do a poll.
I mean,
for
to
a
be
couple of-
fair,
Yeah.
have they all won the Champions League?
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably have.
And the league.
How can it get any better than winning the Premier
don't
League?
think
and
it
the
does.
Champions
And I'd say Alisson, Van Dijk, Salah.
I know you said a couple of other names, like Mane's not even in that.
Yeah.
Which
Mane.
I want to ask you a question actually, because
League? Oh, I knew this was.
we've had this debate on so many pods now. Who is better, Mane or Bale?
Ooh.
Obviously, you've seen Mane in training and stuff like that, but just to get your view on that.
I think it's quite a tough one, really. I like Gareth Bale as a player. Obviously, a left footer as well.
Yeah.
But I think consistently, I don't know actually, because Bale done it obviously a number of years at Real Madrid.
You're going the same way I did.
I think Mane's done it longer in the
Yeah.
Premier League.
I'm going to say that's
At the
a biased view on it. So I'm going to.
Why is it by? Why is mine being by?
No, yours isn't. But
And I'm
asking
still saying
Kane, I
Mane,
should have
so.
probably known the answer, shouldn't I? I'm still saying with Bale anyway, but.
Honourable mentions. Anyone that very nearly made it. We spoke earlier, and there's
Yeah.
actually another team.
Yeah. So that team, obviously, I was with the first team for a couple of seasons. Spent a lot of time with them, pre-season camps. Obviously, squad appearances with them in the Champions League, Premier League. So, yeah, that was my main team. But if I was to go with consistently playing with team throughout the years, it would probably be Queeve Callagher in net.
Yeah.
Be Nico Williams, Curtis Jones, Pedro Chiravella, who
It's
is
still a joke.
is in France at the minute, Nant's captain, and then I'd put Charlie up front, Charlie Austin. So yeah, that's not a bad team either.
It's still right up there with one of the best teams we've had. So, you could have picked two.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that the second one again, it doesn't include Mane. People like Jordan Henderson.
Yeah. Trent.
People like James Milner.
The list
Trent,
goes on,
yeah.
doesn't it, really?
Trent Alexander. Like,
Yeah, I could have named a lot of teams, so
it's mental.
yeah.
Mental. But what a team.
Yeah.
Love it. And the shirt you picked is an absolute classic.
Yeah.
For those that are watching on YouTube, you can obviously see it behind, but it's what a kit.
It's like black and grey, like a chessboard, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely. We didn't play in it loads of times because it was the third kit.
Yeah.
But obviously it's a really nice kit and it holds a place in my heart with my first Champions League squad, so yeah.
Yeah, real nice.
Let's take it back then. So, what age did you join Liverpool?
So it was when I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
I kind of got scouted when I was just knocking around in the soccer dome and just playing when I was young, and then I got scouted to come to the academy. And it was like a pre-camp. What's it called now? Pre-academy, yeah.
Yeah.
So I did trips at Anfield where I did games and like game days and
Like training once a week.
yeah.
that kind of
Well, I was training more than once a week.
Oh,
There was some at the academy and then some a local development centre in Wigan.
Yeah.
I was at other clubs as well when I was younger because you could play for as many teams you want,
Until
really.
you're 9, isn't it?
Yeah, so I was at United, City, Liverpool. It was a mad schedule because I was training twice a day some days. Saturday I'd go from Carrington to Kirkby, from United to Liverpool, and train at both clubs. But when you're at 9, you think you have to decide one team to sign for. So it was always Liverpool, I think. I had a few people tell me United, a few of my family are United fans. So it was a tough decision, but in the end I did choose Liverpool and worked out well. I obviously progressed and was in obviously every year, and then got my scholarship, signed my first pro at 17, signed my second pro at 18, and then made my debut at 18 as well. So it was quite a rise, quite a journey. It was obviously weren't plain sailing. I think everyone in football can say it was up and down all the way through. But obviously, in all, I loved every minute of it. If you say it like that, and
If it was plain sailing, though, you'd never make it.
no,
Because you need moments where it's difficult
yeah,
to learn how to deal with adversity, to then grow again as a person, but then also in the games when you have adversity, you know how to deal with it, you know how to deal with the emotions.
yeah,
So
definitely.
you need those ups and downs, because otherwise, if it's just plain sailing, you get to a certain point and you just take off. And then that's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the end of it. But
So obviously, just like you said, you made your debut at 18. Is that right?
Yeah.
And that was against Shrewsbury in the FA Cup.
Yeah, in the FA Cup, third round. So I kind of got a bit of luck, really. The first team were obviously involved in the Club World Cup. after they won the Champions League. So that year when the year after they won the Champions League, they played Shrewsbury and they drew the first leg at Shrewsbury. So obviously the second leg fell, I think, a day before the Club World Cup final.
Yeah.
So they couldn't be in two places at once. They couldn't be in Qatar and they couldn't be in Shrewsbury, in Liverpool. So it was kind of a young team. There was like a 21 / like fringe first team players at the time. So yeah, that was my debut, and obviously the fans knew that the first team were in Qatar. So to have 55,000 fans watching for a 21 / fringe team game was unbelievable, and it was obviously.
You think as well, a club like Liverpool have got so many fans that even though some have gone there, there's so many more that they can fill the ground
worldwide.
Do you know what I mean? And, you know, but to get that many fans, especially in the FA Cup as well, because notoriously over the past 10 years, maybe the crowds in the FA Cup have dwindled a bit.
Especially when you're in the Champions League and obviously the Premier League being the Premier League.
Yeah, you're playing Shrewsbury at home.
Yeah,
and you're getting 55,000.
So what moment did you know or find out that you were obviously playing?
So the day before the game, I found out I was starting. But you kind of have an idea, like the week building in, that it would be a young team, and you're always never certain that you're going to start in any game, really. So I just had a good week of training, and you kind of force your way so you can't be dropped or you can't miss out. And I did play, and I managed to play a full 90 minutes, which was also a bonus as well. And we won the game 1-0. Unbelievable moment, never forget it. Unbelievable.
Mental. And we were talking earlier about like the differences between that kind of level and where, you know, the level that we're at. And we were just talking about hotels, and it was just something that showed the difference. Like, so we all obviously, when we go on an away day, we all share rooms. Like me and Jonas share. You share. Who do you share with?
Normally with Brew.
Yeah. And then we were talking, and like one of the other members of staff was like, "Oh, so who did you share with at Liverpool?" And Kaney's like, no. You don't share at Liverpool. You have your own room. We have a whole floor to ourselves. Like, close the place down. Liverpool are in town. Do you know what I mean? It was just like, I sat there thinking, one day, that's the dream of football, isn't it? Like, any club at any level can work their way to the top and have those kinds of things. You know, and it can happen because you look at Bournemouth, you look at Brighton's, you look at Brentford's, Luton, that have been right down and come right the way back up. And just listening to you talking about it, it just like, it makes you think, we want to, one day you want to get there and you want to have those kinds of things, because it's just, it's incredible. And that conversation come about because we were talking about the Champions League.
Yeah.
And can you name all the games where you were involved?
I can, yeah. So
how many was it in total again?
It was 9 that season, so 9
Champions League games.
So yeah, it was quite a funny story, to be fair, from the first one, but I'll go into that in a minute. So there was Ajax home and away, Atalanta home and away, Leipzig in the last 16 home and away, Midtjylland in the group stage home and away, and then Real Madrid away in the quarter-final, which unfortunately wasn't at the Bernabeu because it was getting redone, so it was at the stadium, but obviously it was still an unbelievable experience, the quarter-final. So yeah, back to the first one. I was actually training with the under-21s at the time, and I got a call, literally, well, in fact, I was training, and the call got through to our manager, the under-21s manager. Obviously, they need some players, so I got called to go over to Melwood at the time, because they still hadn't moved training grounds then. So, went over to Melwood, obviously just thinking I was training. Bearing in mind, they were travelling to Ajax that afternoon. So, I was obviously training, whatever, just thinking I was just part of it, which was obviously an unbelievable experience anyway. And then Pep Linders came to me after the session and was like, "You're travelling with us to Ajax?" And I was like, "What?" I was just like,
what a moment that is.
What a moment. And obviously I couldn't sink it in. I was like, went to a Champions League game, and then I was thinking, I have no trackie, I have no passport, I have nothing with me, so I had no travel. So I was like, I have nothing with me, like how am I going to get out of the country with no passport? So Liverpool had to send a taxi back to my house, and then my mum had to drive home from work to meet the taxi to give him my passport, and then the taxi drove back with my passport and my clothes, and I luckily made it in time, and obviously the rest was with the first team, got on a plane.
It's a bit more extreme than like leaving your PE kit and getting to school.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but obviously I had no idea. I was going to be travelling that day.
No, of course.
And then I kind of stayed with them after that, and I was with every other Champions League matchday squad.
A bit similar to the story that Rush had, actually, wasn't it? I think they were playing Sunderland, I think he said, and he didn't have his pass. I don't know, what was it he needed? It was something he needed anyway, but it must happen so often.
Yeah.
Where like last minute, like
then,
there might be an injury or
That's what it was,
illness or whatever reason.
Yeah.
And then you just get called up. We've had it here loads of times where young lads have last minute, and we've had to quickly get a trackie or on a Friday morning or something. But
when you do that, when you're in that level and with the first team, you're like, you can't step out of line. So I was like, what if I make them late? What if I've got the wrong tracksuit? And I was like panicking, but obviously it worked out in the end, and I was fine.
I suppose in some ways it's good as well, isn't it? Because you haven't got very long to think about it. No. I suppose if you've got if you find that a week before, you're overthinking like what is it going to be like? How's it be? But it just happens like that, and you just crack on with it. How was the whole experience then, going away for the first time, obviously abroad? Yeah, obviously. I kind of experienced a little bit with the youth league. So the youth league kind of travelled on the same plane. Yeah. Obviously, it was in a different hotel to the first team, but obviously the hotel was obviously unbelievable, 5-star, whatever it was, police escorts everywhere. So you come out the airport through a back door and you just jump on the coach. Obviously, no fancy to bombard you with everything, and then you get a police escort to wherever the hotel is. It's just mad, because it's like, obviously when I grew up, I'm like, you'd always dream of getting to that place where you want to do that, but 100%. you actually never think that you're going to get there. And it's like, when you're in it, it's just a big blur, to be honest. And it's only now I've stepped out, I'm like, oh my God, like some of the things I went through and what I experienced was just bizarre. Yeah. But I guess obviously it's such a big club as well, isn't it? Like, anytime they've got a big game, even when it's at Anfield and the coach obviously comes in, there's flares up and down the street, and there's just people everywhere. So it must be like, it's worldwide. Everywhere many people follow you, like fans abroad, everything. It must be crazy, really.
But you trained with the first team for a long time, didn't you? It wasn't just the odd occasion where you went up, like. Yeah, I kind of. You
said there was a 2-year period.
Yeah, it was about a 2-year period. I struck a bit of luck, to be honest. It was COVID, so you couldn't swap bubbles, and so I couldn't leave the first team bubble to go to the 21s and then come back again. So it was kind of, I was always in the first team bubble, which was good for me because I was with them every day. So I was still playing games with the 21s. Like, some days I'd have to travel on my own to the game, get changed in my own dressing room.
How mad is it though that
just
you
so I
could
couldn't
then
change bubbles? Just so I couldn't swap bubbles. But then I'd go back into the first team environment, and it was just bizarre. But obviously I loved every minute of it. Made me become a better player, a better person, learn off the best players in the world. So
class. Should we have a little bit of fun?
Come on,
Should we do a little quiz, a little kit quiz? So, you might have seen before on the other apps. I'm going to show you a kit. Yeah. You got 30 seconds to get as many of these right as possible. The club badge is covered by the logo that you see on our new cushions. Yeah. We got new cushions, by the way. If you haven't seen them, they're unbelievable.
And this is the green sofa.
This is the green sofa.
But it's just got a new black cover.
But it's got a black cover. Matt's shaking his head. He's not happy.
We won't talk about it too much because we've fallen out about many things in the last week or two.
The green is iconic, some say.
Yeah, nice new cover.
But I'm going to show you a shirt.
Okay. Can I skip them if I don't get them? If I don't know it?
Yeah, you can say skip.
Just say pass.
Yeah, for sure. And you got 30 seconds.
30 seconds, okay.
30 seconds.
What's the record? Is there?
Jonah's counting how many you get. Yeah. What is the record? 11?
Yeah, I think it's 11. I think
Youngie got 11, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, and I was counting, but I only counted 10, and then we looked back and it was 11. I can only get to 10. Okay. And then I was
and he's like, oh, well, now I ran out of fingers. Right, are we ready?
Come on.
Are you ready, Matt, with the timer? Ready, go.
Oh. Is it Exeter?
It is Exeter.
Forest Green?
Forest Green.
Northampton?
Northampton.
Peterborough?
No.
Portsmouth?
Portsmouth.
Bradford.
Nope.
Sutton.
Stoke.
Oh. Stevenage.
Stevenage. Still
Palace.
well. Palace.
Fulham. QPR.
Nope.
Reading.
Port
Vale.
Port Vale. Is that time? Oh, it's time.
11.
Oh, look who the next one was. It's the team we don't mention.
11. So I think it was Young who got 11. We'll have to double check, but
I'm sure it was.
Some of them I should have got
We're
quicker.
going to make a leaderboard.
Yeah, we need a
It'll
leaderboard.
go on the socials. For
I'd say that.
11, that's a
take that.
great performance. I like that a
Impressed by
lot.
that.
Really, really good. Who did you struggle with? Portsmouth.
What I liked is when you said the club, you literally just you said QPR and then you just thought, oh no, what's another team that's exactly like that?
Yeah.
That was good, that. Because you got everything second time as well. There was no 2 guesses, 3 guesses. It was always the second guess. So well done, Jake.
I'd take that.
11. Really good performance. If Jonah can count right, of course.
No, it was definitely 11 this time.
And figure it out.
Promise.
Let's do some quick fire kit questions. All right. Current boots.
Current boots are the Adidas.
You have a lot of boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to probably say that out of the squad now, you've got the most boots.
Yeah.
I reckon you've got 8 pairs, haven't you?
You've got every colourway, I think, of that.
Yeah. I was with Adidas, weren't I? So
Yeah.
I kind of got boots off them for a few years, and then unfortunately I'm not with them anymore, so I have to get my own now. But I'll still keep up with the colourways.
What have you got now? The new blues.
New blue and white.
Crazy fast. He's read crazy fast on them.
Says crazy.
And I've gone, they all have crazy fast.
I just didn't know it's on
Do
the
they?
one. But it's fair to say you've had a bit of a nightmare of your boots probably since in the last year that you've been here.
Yeah.
How many times have you ordered a pair of boots and they've either not been delivered or gone somewhere else, or
come in the
you've
wrong
ordered the
size.
wrong size? Or
Yeah, I've been a nightmare to be fair. First pair, when I first moved here, got sent to some random address. I think I put the wrong Swindon address in.
I remember.
yeah, we were like, what is this guy?
Yeah.
Chasing.
But yeah, it was a nightmare. And then the previous boots, I had a absolute brain fart.
Was it half a size down?
Yeah, I ordered the wrong size, and I tried them on, and I was like, these aren't really, these are very tight. They're not normal, these. And I looked at every other pair of boots that I've ordered, and they were all 8.5 except these. So I sent them back, and I think they got lost in the post. So I had to get in contact with Pro Direct, and I finally got them, but obviously I'm injured at the minute, so I've not worn them yet.
Won't be long though, will it?
No, it shouldn't be too long now. Get back playing, but then I can wear my new boots. Once I've had it for 5 weeks.
They are nice.
Laces or laceless? What do you prefer? Because you have both.
I have both, yeah. I prefer laceless. I think they're just comfier and they slip on.
And studs or moulds?
Moulds, but I always wear studs for games when it's past November, October. So I don't slip and stuff, so. Yeah.
Cut or long socks?
Cut all day.
By cut we mean no foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can't wear long socks now.
No.
First year, no one wears long. This year.
What, this year?
Yeah, not one player.
I did. Don't look right though. For when we had the team photo outside, everyone had the long socks on. It looked horrible.
It did
look weird.
Strange.
Yeah.
It looks weird with boots now when I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's team photo, isn't it? Everyone's got to be the same. Because otherwise, people some wear them half up their shin, others wear them half down, like all over the place. Some will, like the bottoms will be up, and there'll be too much white showing. And so you got to do long socks for a team photo, haven't you? Favourite shirt when you were a kid?
So I've seen this on like the brief before. I don't know really, because when I used to always wear Wigan shirts because I'm a Wigan fan. I'm actually not from Liverpool. I'm from Wigan, so
we'll go on to this.
I will support my local team as everyone should do. Yeah, not glory hunting.
We've got Connor
Sam. We put a Wigan shirt up for you today. Funny story, actually, just quickly. We about a year into the job here, we literally just found that laying around because obviously we played them
in the corner.
We played them in the FA Cup in 2012. They were obviously in the Premier League then. We were in League 2. DeCanio was manager. We won 2-1. But yeah, that's Connor Salmon's shirt from that game.
What club? What team? So yeah, support my local team. But yeah, I kind of just wore Wigan shirts because that's just supported.
Was there one particular Wigan shirt that you were like, oh yeah, that's a good one?
I can't really remember. There was obviously the blue and white's iconic. I always got the home shirt, and there was like a black collar on one. I think it was.
Yeah.
Is it My Fit was the sponsor at the time?
Yeah,
so
which is sponsor.
That's the third kit, I think it was.
Yeah.
so it might be the home kit to that year, but yeah, just Wigan shirts. Obviously I had a few Liverpool shirts what I played in. I used to love Fernando Torres when I was younger. Growing up,
I've got a book and everything about it.
You've got a Liverpool
Not that I can read, but
back because Johnny's a Liverpool fan.
yeah,
it's definitely not.
Ongoing joke, by the way, that Liverpool.
Definitely not. I just liked Fernando Torres when I was younger, like you. But anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, good player.
So yeah, just Wigan shirts really.
Just Wigan shirts.
Yeah. Like when you joined, we had signed Clates at the start of that season. Then Bruce sort of come in at a similar time to you, and obviously Ronan was here. So we just started saying like Scouse lads, and we included you in that
every day. The Scouse lads, really. I'm not Scouse. Yeah,
at the start, we obviously thought you were because we obviously didn't know you were from Wigan. Obviously, you played for Liverpool for so long, and well, your accent's obviously not as strong as theirs, but like you just sometimes have a bit of a thing.
It's funny.
I think everyone
we just annoy you.
So for Birmingham, thinks I'm a Scouser,
but you're not.
Yeah, I'm definitely not.
More Manchester.
And if Scousers heard me speak, I would not be called Scouser. So
no.
Brewers proper.
We had that conversation earlier as well.
yeah.
Real or homemade shin pads?
Real.
You know what I mean by homemade?
Yeah. I don't have all the under wrap and insoles and stuff.
What do you wear?
Nike.
I wear Nike ones. Yeah. I used to wear Adidas ones.
Yeah.
A few years ago, but I like the fit more. The Nike ones are like the same shape and like the nice size, so I wear them ones.
Decent.
We got some new ones, haven't we?
Oh yeah.
We got sent them the other day.
They're mental. There's a TikTok all about this. There's a TikTok that shows why we've got them. So have a look at that. Thanks to the Case people.
I
can't stand them up now.
Someone's been wearing them the last couple of games.
Yeah, Charles has been wearing them the last couple of games. So
for the boys.
Yeah. Cheers, Charles. Thanks very much. Swindon then. How did it come about? What happened?
Yeah. Obviously I signed in January for this year, but it was there was talks in August last year.
Right.
Swindon obviously interested and wanting to sign me. And obviously I was still under contract at Liverpool for another year and a half and another year option. So I still had time on my hands at Liverpool. So it was kind of like a toss of a coin really, whether I should join Swindon then or go on loan or stay at Liverpool.
It's different, isn't it? Because a lot of times when players commit, and it's because they've been released by the academy. Whereas in your situation, that wasn't the case. You still had.
Yeah.
You know.
So I still had time. So obviously, I was pleased with the interest, and I was kind of didn't know what to do really. And then I think Swindon may have moved on to someone else, or it never materialised anyway. And then I ended up staying at Liverpool for the next 6 months until January, and then Swindon came again, and I was like, yeah, this is the right time to move. So obviously came along and settled in quite quickly, and obviously knew Tom Clayton. Brewitt obviously joined, who I came across quite a lot at the academy.
Yeah.
I kind of knew of Ronan Darcy as well, and obviously all the lads welcomed me in, so it was quite easy to settle in.
Because you had already been on loan a couple of years before to Newport, and did that put you off in the summer? Like, did you want to stay at Liverpool? Was that in your head?
It's kind of Newport was a bit rushed, not rushed because it was obviously a loan, and I didn't want to rush into something.
Of course.
As a permanent deal, I was like, I wanted to make the right decision, kind of, and obviously I had time on my hands at Liverpool, so if I did end up staying at Liverpool, which I did, it wasn't a bad place to be, and I might have had an opportunity in the first team or whatever. So it never put me off to move to Newport, but I think I didn't want to rush into something if it was a permanent deal.
6 months in football goes so quick.
Yeah, and obviously I was captain for the 21s at the time, so that 4 or 5 months what I had as captain obviously improved me as a bit more of a leader.
Yeah.
I took a bit more responsibility because I was one of the older ones in the team at the time. So it was obviously a rocky ride as well because I was the oldest.
Yeah.
I knew I was kind of looking to move when I got the opportunity to. So it was a bit of a weird dynamic and time. But obviously I'm happy I'm here now, and I've got a lot more to prove and show once I'm back fit. But yeah.
Scored some goals, haven't you?
Yeah.
3 in your last 3 starts, isn't it?
Yeah, 3 in the last 3 starts.
That goal against Crawley, the last game of the season.
Yeah, the free kick. It was about time one went in because hit the crossbar twice in the last 3 games before that. So
enjoyed that one. And obviously your 2 this season were good as well, to be fair.
Edge of the box and then the run what can behind me, dink over the keeper, so that kind of. But yeah, I always like to think I'm quite clinical in front of goal. I'm just.
Well, you've seen it.
Yeah, I just need to get in that position. Yeah.
But so you were on loan at Newport, and your gaffer was Michael Flynn, and your assistant gaffer was Wayne Outsmore.
Yeah.
So, like, how were they there? Like, how was that for you there? Like,
yeah, it was. They're not changed, put it that way. They're still joking, they're still having the banter with the lads. It's the team morale's quite high. The way they are, like they're good man managers. They look after your players. They have banter, keep you happy, keep you on your toes, kind of as well. So yeah, they've not changed since I first joined. They kind of had a link. When I was looking for a loan in that season.
of course.
There was a few options. There was a rumour about me going to Holland, which fell through at the first stage, really.
Would you have liked that?
I'd have loved it, yeah. I would have loved it.
To go and play in another country and learn that style of football.
Yeah. Every country's so different, though, isn't it? Like, the way football is in every country is different. Yeah,
so it was Holland second division, but it literally fell through because of Brexit and like the requirements to get in, etc. So it was kind of, I had to go for an English club. So I had a Zoom call with the gaffer when I was at the academy, and he kind of proposed his ideas, proposed the way he plays, come across very well, wanted aspirations at Newport. So I was like, yeah, this suits me really well.
That's still abroad though, isn't it?
Yeah, across the border.
Technically.
Don't need your passport to go there, mate, we've told you before.
But yeah, I met some friends for life. I grew up, lived on my own.
We say this a lot to players when we talk about their loans, that being in the different environments with the different players playing at different levels, that's what helps you grow up. That's what makes you into the player you're going to be.
Yeah, and whenever I think of like a Newport team, they're always like a hard working team, aren't they? They're always like full of men.
Well, they were. It was a man's environment. It was stepping into the unknown, and it was a bit daunting at first. I ain't gonna lie. Like the first month, I was living in a club rented house where there was a few of the lads in, which I bonded with a few of them. But I also didn't like living with other people. Like I prefer my own space. Obviously, bills, everything.
Yeah.
It was just a lot different, but we had a decent team. I think. We should have probably achieved more that year. We had a few lone players. Obviously, Don Telford was there, who had an unbelievable season.
You come here and won 1-0.
Yeah, we come here.
We were struggling a bit at that stage. I remember. Obviously, we ended up in the playoffs, but I do remember the goal towards the end.
Yeah, Finn Azaz, who's at Plymouth now in the Championship. So
he's been talked a lot about on this pod. To be fair, a lot of players have been linked up, played with it. We're with him somewhere.
Very good player. And then there's Ollie Cooper, who's at Swansea. Who's also played for Wales now.
Right.
But yeah, we should have achieved more. But I think because we had a few lone lads as well who were good players and come from a higher club, I got on quite well with the lads, and obviously, like I said, I've made friends for life, and I still speak to some of them now. So yeah.
So then you come here. Who was the gaffer? Was it Jody?
Well, we didn't really have a gaffer at the minute because Scott Lindsay got.
No, he left.
He left, yeah.
It was the 16th you signed, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think. So like mid-Jan.
Yeah.
So Scott had just left.
Scott just left, yeah. And then
it was before Jody had come in.
Yeah, it was about a couple of weeks before Jody come in.
So Gavin Mildy were.
Yeah, Gavin Mildy. Yeah.
Because obviously your first game was Gillingham at home, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When Gav was in charge.
Yeah, we were 3-1 down at half time.
Yeah.
I come on and it was 3-3. So I'd like to think I made a difference.
Yeah. But yeah, for some reason, when we've been speaking to you about the pod and that, I've been thinking like you've been here so much longer. I don't know why. It feels like you were here all last season, which is a good thing, I guess.
When he said earlier he didn't come in until January, I was like, no, that's wrong. He definitely was here for the summer. But no, you were right, obviously.
It's been obviously it helps when the whole group's been together for quite a while, I think. Obviously it's been a lot of change as well over the last year. It's been up and down and a few different managers, so yeah, it probably seems longer because of all them things as well.
Well, I remember when it was announced that the gaffer and Hats were coming in, you were chuffed.
Yeah.
Because you were like, I enjoyed it so much at Newport, like, it'll be class.
Yeah, so I was with the gaffer for about 6 weeks at Newport before he left, and I was with Hats a bit longer before he went to Walsall with the gaffer when he got the job. But yeah, I loved it.
That was a tough pre-season though, wasn't it?
This season, oh yeah. Yeah, it was an absolute killer.
Not for us, but just watching it.
I was tired watching.
Yeah, I was glad I joined at Newport on deadline day, so I didn't have to do pre-season.
That's
We won't go too much into the pre-season on your side.
Oh no. No. Yeah, it was very tough.
But yeah, that was a tough pre-season. Boys done well though. That running track took a battering.
Some valid more tough than others.
I'll tell you what, it's like this summer I won't even stop this summer, I'll be going straight into it.
Yeah, you won't even have any downtime, will you?
No.
You'll have 2 days and then you'll be like, right, I need to be ready,
Yeah,
because otherwise I'm in trouble when but yeah, I mean, obviously you then start the season, you've scored on your start, scored the 2 obviously, and then obviously you picked up a little niggle. And how long have you been out? A couple of weeks?
It's about 7 weeks now.
Is it that long?
Yeah. The last game I played was 27th of September.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Do you know what? That was 2 days before the last time Jonah was on a podcast.
What? Interesting.
Who did we...
So it was Grimsby on the 27th of September. And then that's when
Yeah, you scored the chip goal.
Yeah, and then I done my ankle in that game. Obviously I had the scan on it.
Yeah.
I should have missed 10 weeks for that. But I was back after 3 weeks. And then I was in a few sessions, and then was involved in the Salford matchday squad away.
Oh yeah, of course.
And that's when I felt my calf after the game.
Yeah.
Mad one really, but yeah, I felt my calf and...
Was that during the running at the end?
Yeah. So
Baby cow was mooing.
It was cold that day though, wasn't it? Brilliant.
Yeah, it was cold that day.
He's thrown it in. He says that all the
Just
time.
any time I hear someone say it, I just have to chuck it in. Just...
But yeah, it was cold, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's frustrating, obviously, to pick up another knock after I'd just come back, worked hard to get back after it should have been longer.
So quick as well.
I know.
I don't know why, but even when it's hot at Salford, it's cold. Does that make sense?
It's not a fun place to go.
It's just when I think of Salford, I think cold, but it wasn't even cold.
It's just not a fun place to go.
No. Well, we've done all right there.
Last year we won.
It still rains.
We've been there 4 times. We won the first 3, and obviously we drew.
To be fair, it's in Greater Manchester, so of course it rains. Always rains in Manchester, don't it,
up north, it's a bit warm down here.
I'm sure it's wet in Wigan as well.
Yeah.
Always. The last time we went to Wigan, we won.
Yeah.
DW.
We were already relegated, but we won 4-3.
Unbelievable game.
All the Wigan fans were outside because they had stayed up a few weeks prior.
Oh yeah, that was on the administration.
Yeah, it was the COVID year. All their fans.
And we were down. We was like 3-1 down, and we're like already relegated.
Scott Twiney just turned up, didn't he?
And then Twiney just took over the game, scored 2 unbelievable goals, and we won 4-3. It was mental.
Nice stadium though, DW. I quite liked it, but we were like getting changed on the opposite stand. It was weird.
For the COVID. Yeah.
Went past a Ninja Warrior and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a Ninja Warrior there, isn't there?
That's where I got picked up by Liverpool, and that used to be just AstroTurf.
Really?
With the goals and just playing footy, but now I think
is that where they saw you playing, and then?
Yeah, that's where Liverpool saw me playing.
Mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
so you were playing on the Astro outside the DW.
Yeah.
And then...
Well, I live only 5 minutes away from the DW. I literally live up the road, like it's a 10-minute walk, 5-minute drive.
I still call it the JJB.
Yeah, well,
that's what it was.
Yeah, JJB. Yeah.
Good.
Well, we've driven past where that was. So.
Yeah, we've like been there.
So there you go. Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it? Small world.
So, small world and all that.
At this point, we should probably talk about our sponsors.
Yeah.
So, our principal sponsor is In For Free. They're here in watching us again today, which is lovely. They're always welcome to come and watch us film one of these live. We've obviously got Matt doing all of the filming, all the cameras, all the editing, making this look incredible as it always does. And then we've got Tithegrove, who are our big quiz sponsors. But before we go into the quiz this week, Jake's got a question for us.
Mm-hmm. So I've took a long hard thought into this, which is about 5 minutes before I come on here.
Gosh, I haven't even thought about my answers.
So the question is, guys, if you was on a desert island with no supplies, no food, nothing, and you had to survive with 3 people in the staff / players, who would the 3 people be and why?
You can go first. thought you had them. You told us.
Yeah,
before
no, just
you had them.
no. I have. I've thought about it. I'm just torn between a couple. Obviously, you will be one because.
What's he done that for?
Well, of course, because we've been sharing a room for 5 years. Well, I'll feel comfortable in your presence.
You're so weird.
I feel comfortable.
Oh, brilliant. I'll look after you. I'll be your dad, will I?
Basically, yeah.
Go on, and
Never one will probably be Fraser. Just because if anyone attacks us, he'd probably punch them.
probably murder.
And yeah, have a bit of a laugh. And another one, just for the reason I've heard he's quite good at cooking. Dokes. I've heard he's quite a good cook. So
and he can sing. So there you go.
Yeah,
Entertainment.
That's the other reason. If it's all going bad, he can just sing and like make everything better because his voice. You've got a voice of an angel. So I think with a free there, I've got my best mate there.
Oh, best mate,
And
brilliant. Have you not got any other, do you not know anyone else?
I do. Your work colleague.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, I think that's a good free though, to be fair.
Yeah, good choice.
Yeah, it's not
good
a bad
reasons
shout.
as well.
Not a bad
I'm quite
shout.
happy with that free, I think.
Okay, I'm going to go with Brewer because I feel like if we needed to catch some food, he could pull out a little machete and he could be like...
Yeah, I agree.
And then we could chuck it on the food,
Yeah.
on the fire, and we could, make up a nice little meal.
I've got an image of him now swinging on trees.
This is what I'm saying. He's like with the hair and the beard and all the. Do you know what I mean? He could look a bit Tarzanish. This is really tough. I'm trying to think of staff that would be useful. Mildy,
Yeah.
because if I need something from the top of a tree, he can just. There you go, mate. I'd be like, cheers, Mills.
Yeah.
Because he's a big giraffe, isn't he? And the third, and why? Murphy Mahoney, just because he's funny.
Fair enough.
He makes me laugh. So
That's
if we're
fair.
ever having a down day, Murph can come and have a giggle and make some
Well, I know
jokes.
where we stand then.
So, yeah. Jonah, I just don't know what you're bringing to the table.
I remember that.
Do you know what I mean? Which part of those three things are you going to
The
be better at
entertainment.
the other one? Mate.
Do you know what I mean?
Bit of friction there.
Yeah. Wow.
Don't forget about that, Jonah.
Well,
I remember at Caney. I'm
yeah,
quite glad
you
you brought up this question. It's probably needed at this time. of
Yeah,
life.
probably at this time of the season. But there you go. So, I mean, I usually say that leads us nicely into the quiz. It doesn't really, but it's time for the quiz.
Yeah.
So, Jonah's Quizmaster. It's me against Caney. Now we get serious.
Your phone case.
He's using his phone because we got the phone case on the back of the phone.
So what's the plan here? Press
Right.
the buzzer.
So,
Jonah's the guy. He knows.
so obviously, I'm
Hang on,
Quizmaster this
hang on a
week.
minute, hang on a minute. There you go.
It's obviously you, Caney, against
Let's get
Steve.
serious.
Yeah.
I've got 7 questions, but one of the questions is like a bigger bit, so there's quite a few points in that sector.
Sector. Good word.
Big word for me. I've got 7 questions, but because of the few points in that thing, I'll probably just do all 7. Whoever got the most points at the end.
Okie dokie.
I'll let you know if there's a buzzer question. So it'll be
Okay.
first one to hit the buzzer, obviously.
Yeah.
But not all of them are buzzer questions.
Okay.
So yeah, Matt's going to keep score because
Yeah.
yeah.
Because he's got 2 hands and he can do
So
this.
question number 1. Now this is a buzzer question.
Oh,
Oh.
Caney was involved in the squad 18 times last season, but how many of those games did he start?
Nine.
It is 9. Fair play.
well, okay.
Right.
Thank you.
I was
Question,
going straight in with 10 and then I thought,
It was either 8 or 9. I knew it was one of them two.
question number 2. Now, you've worked with this player and you've played with this player, and you've got to guess who it is. And I'm going to list the clubs
oh, here we go. Classic Jonah question.
in no particular order.
And this is buzzer again.
Yeah, in no particular order, all right?
They're not in order.
No,
Oh.
because I've got to make it a little bit harder. Cardiff, Ipswich, MK Dons, Nottingham Forest, Charlton, Crystal Palace.
Johnny Williams.
Yeah.
Threw me. Proper threw me, that.
MK Dons?
Yeah, he was on loan at MK
Did he
Dons.
play for MK, did he?
That's why I did it that way, because otherwise it would have been a lot easier.
Well, no, because as soon as you said MK Dons, I'm like, who?
I was thinking about this year. I was thinking, how many... Everyone's only been at like 2 clubs in our squad at the minute. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking either Chaz or...
You're thinking, what?
Yeah, it's confusing.
Question number 3. So, this is a true or false round.
Oh.
And there's 3 questions for each of you.
Oh,
So I'll do
so
one,
no
then do one, do
Yeah,
one.
get comfy again.
So there's a few points to obviously getting this one, and you basically just got to say if it's true or false, right?
Yeah, we got it. Yeah.
First one is to you, Steve.
Okay.
Jake Cain wore the number 24 shirt at Newport County. True or false?
I'm going with true.
It is true. He did wear number 24.
True. Great number.
Good. So 2-1 to me.
Caney, this is to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve worked in more than one supermarket prior to working in football. True or false?
It's a great question.
Do you like someone who works in a supermarket?
Alright.
I know you're on your coaching
More
badges.
than one is wow.
More than one. I'm going to say false.
It's true. He did work in more than one.
I worked in multiple
Where'd you work?
supermarkets to the point where my mates started calling me Dale because I was doing a supermarket sweep. Which,
Where was it then?
Which stuck, and then people thought my name was Dale.
Where was the ones where you worked?
Sainsbury's, Morrison's, but I worked in like 3 different Sainsbury's.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Nice.
Steve, back to you.
Go on.
Caney played over 30 times for Newport. True or false?
False.
It is false. He played 28. So, what's that? 3-1 to Steve at the minute.
It's a big gap already.
Flying.
Caney, back to you. Steve has cheese on his pizzas. True or false? Does he have cheese or does he not have cheese on his pizza?
That is the question.
False. No.
So I'll rephrase
Wait,
that. I
wait.
made it a bit confusing. Steve has cheese on his pizza.
No, he doesn't have cheese.
He doesn't. That's right.
Because I've not seen you have cheese at the training
I don't
ground.
need cheese. Don't like it. Makes me feel sick.
I know.
Back to you, Steve.
Yep. That's right, Matt. That face is correct.
So in the 18-19 season, in the FA Youth Cup final, Caney came on for Liverpool.
No, I started.
Oh, you started, sorry. So, and the game went on to penalties. Did Caney score his penalty?
Yes.
It is false.
It is
missed?
false. He missed.
I got took off in the 115th minute, so I didn't take one.
So you didn't
Yeah.
take one?
Yes.
But
And
that-
Trick question. Trick question.
Did he score his penalty? Well, if he didn't take a penalty, how could he?
You should have scored. Did he score a penalty?
This is why you were in the changing room with him earlier. You were just trying to stitch me up.
No.
And Fraser even said
The
to me,
problem is-
"Oh, he's just in there stitching you
The
up."
problem is I writ it wrong. So I meant to say, did he take a penalty?
Still not true or false, but
Yeah.
Anyway.
Whatever.
Anyway,
That's
we won that
incorrect.
game, so.
Yeah.
Katie, back to you. Steve has coached for more years. Steve has coached for more years than he's been a kitman. True or false?
True.
Yes, he did coach for more years.
Correct. I've been a kitman for 5 years. I coached for 13 years before that.
Yeah, I remember you telling me you'd done your badges and you was a coach, so yeah.
So that's it. So what are we on after that round? 3-3.
3-3.
Very dubious 3-3.
Right, this is a buzzer one, all right?
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, it's just
Here we
question
go.
4.
Yeah, question number 4.
Question number 4.
Who made Liverpool's kits before Nike? Was that Kane?
Go on, it was you.
New Balance.
Yeah. You know
Both
it, though.
knew it, yeah. And before that, I reckon it was Warrior.
Yeah. It was Warrior.
Question number 5. If you add both Swindon and Liverpool's capacities together, what would the capacity be? And we'll go with the closest, so you can both have a guess. And we'll go for the closest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, both have a guess.
Okay.
Sorry, I should have said it wasn't a buzzer question.
I want to say, with the new stand or not without the new stand, because the new stand's adding like 5,000 on.
Yeah, I've just gone with what
it's got now.
Yeah.
74.
70.
Steve's closer. It's 69,621.
I thought it was 69, and then I just like went.
If you add both them together.
Because I went 55 and 14.
Question number 6 is this is a buzzer one.
Are we on 4-4?
Tight. In your debut for
Tight.
Swindon, Caney, we played Gillingham, and the result was 3-3. But who scored our goals?
All 3?
Yeah, all 3.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
Think about the
idea.
game.
I can't even remember the game. We've done 250
Oh my.
odd games or whatever it is. I don't remember every single one.
So if I guess...
There was only 2 goal scorers, if that helps. So there's only 2 goal scorers.
So someone scored twice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna...
Remember, we went 1-0 up, and then they went 3-1.
Oh. I'm gonna go Johnny and Chaz.
Yep. Johnny scored first minute, and then Chaz scored a penalty and another goal.
Yeah.
Second half. Sorry, I thought you...
No, I knew I wouldn't know that.
Took the lead.
Right. Question number 7. You've both got to be really fast with this. Because it's not hard. It's not hard, but... So what are we on? Is it
It's 5-4.
So this is the last question. It's not worked well. I wanted a winner. But if you add the following 3 squad numbers together,
Oh, here we go.
what number will you get? So the 3 players are Jake Cain, Tom Clayton, and Charlie Austin.
52.
It is 52. So that takes us to 5-5.
And it was 52 as well.
That's good for you.
I don't know. It's a draw.
What do we do? It's a draw again.
That was
Every time we have a quiz after we end up with a draw. Every time.
that was the bonus question if there was to be.
I think he got, or I got one wrong that was in
I
the
have
middle.
I do apologise for the way I said that. It's the way I had. It's the
Do you know
way
what I
I'd
mean?
written
I
it.
probably would have won. But it's alright.
I blame Thomas Clayton because he was helping me with that, and the way he said it made me write it in a certain way. So I blame you, Clates.
Jamie thought he was there.
I was like, what is he pointing at? He's pointing at the camera, brilliant.
How many games?
Buzzer
This is a
question.
buzzer. This will be a buzzer. How many games have we won this season in the league?
Oh
6.
It is 6 as well.
no.
Yes!
Sorry.
The winner! I've won. Well played, King.
Well played. I reckon
Unbelievable.
it was closer than I thought it'd be.
It was very close.
I thought I was going to get blown away.
Well, he
So
had to come up with a random question at the end there to split us. So
There wasn't much.
And we both knew that. I was just.
I was.
Did you not-
It was
oh,
on
you-
5 or 6.
Oh,
I'd have,
okay.
I don't know. I'd have probably guessed 6 out of 5. So we'll never know.
Fair play.
Well done,
Right,
Steve.
I won.
I'm
Yes,
glad he won
excited.
because otherwise I would have to deal with it for another couple of
Oh, and if I had lost, it would have
about
been
how bad
on
my
you.
quiz was.
Yeah,
Oh, this
exactly.
question was that.
You know it. Cool. Well, thanks for joining us, Jake. It's been an absolute pleasure. I proper enjoyed this one.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Enjoyed it,
having me.
Jen?
I was buzzing for it and it delivered.
Oh my god, he was giggling all afternoon because he was so excited.
It's just a chat we had.
After
the
a chat,
chat we had earlier. Like I've never just sat down. When you were talking, I just didn't think about anything else.
Do you know what he said? He said usually my attention wanders. I was like, does it? Then he goes, but when Caney was talking, I was just transfixed. I thought, first off, we know. Secondly, transfixed.
No, it's a big word for you, that.
Where'd you get that from?
I've had some big words today.
You have had some big
Yeah.
words today, so well done, Jake.
Yeah.
No, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. If you're not following us on the socials, that would be crazy. So get and follow us on the socials, pretty please. The TikTok's done really well. We got some more videos on there recently that are doing really well, so that's good. We've also recently, obviously as you're watching this now, it's on our new YouTube channel. We've obviously got a training day video on there that was really well put together by Dan, the intern, that's helping us out. We're going to have some more stuff coming up, some challenges with players at the training ground. Me and Jonah against the players, and me and Jonah against each other, that kind of thing. So that'll be good fun. We'll do like a day in the life of a match day, which will be, again, quite an interesting thing to show. And obviously all of the podcasts will be on there. We're going to be branching out a bit. So it's not just going to be Swindon players moving forward. We're going to have players from other clubs, which will be very interesting. Some from other countries as well in the near future. So, yeah, look
worldwide.
out for that. Yeah, we're going worldwide. We're going international, baby.
All right, Sean Paul.
It's Robert's Pitbull, isn't it?
Sorry,
my God. It's even Sean Paul.
No, it's not, is it?
Pitbull.
Yeah, that's why I was like, what are you talking about? Cheers, Jonah. Good.
And on that note,
I think it's time to leave you all to your evening.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Follow us, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and as many subscribers as possible. And when we get to like 250, we'll do a big competition and give some stuff away. Cool. Cheers, Caney.
Thank you.
See you all next time.
cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you.